afternoon. I first want to thank you for taking time off your schedule to come hear my speech. My name is Monica Scalera and I will be presenting my speech, The Right to Life. Okay. The purpose of my speech is to persuade you, my fellow audience, to choose pro-life and to help me in making abortion illegal. I will also express the consequences that abortion can bring to women and to express that a fetus is a human being. Many believe that abortion is a right a woman should have, but a fetus, a human being, also has a right to life. According to pro-life across America, human life begins at conception, so a fetus is a non-visible human being. Also, according to Ronald Reagan, more than a decade ago, a Supreme Court decision literally wiped off the books of 50 state statutes protecting the rights of unborn children. Abortion on demand now takes the life of up to 1.5 million unborn children a year. Human life legislation ending this tragedy will someday pass the Congress, and you and I must never rest until it does, and unless and until it can be proven that the unborn child is not a living entity, then the right to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness must be protected. Next, I will discuss the negative consequences that abortion can bring to women. The Elliott Institute expresses the national statistics on abortion and expresses that 10% of women who undergo abortion suffer from immediate complications, and which 1/5 are considered major. Abortion isn't necessarily as safe and easy as it is made out. Many women do not put into thought the negative consequences that abortion can have in their life. However, I will start off with a simple definition of what abortion is and what is the procedure. Abortion is also called involuntary abortion, and it is the removal of an embryo or fetus from the uterus in order to end a pregnancy. According to birth mothers, there are two kinds of abortions, surgical and chemical. However, there are different types of abortion procedures depending on the weeks of pregnancy. For a surgical abortion procedure, there consists of dilation and evacuation, suction, curettage, and many more. For chemical abortion procedures, there is a morning after pill and RU486 and many more. All these abortion procedures are uncomfortable and dangerous. After the procedure is completed, many women do not think of the consequences, risks, or side effects that can occur to them and be harmful risk to their health and body. According to Bedline Plus, the U.S. National Library of Medicine, risks after having an abortion include damage to the womb or cervix, uterine perforation, excessive bleeding, infection of the uterus, fallopian tube, scarring of the inside of the uterus, reaction to the medicine or anesthesia, and not all the tissue being removed. There are over 100 potential complications that can occur. Others are psychological effects and many other dangers, such as mental disorders, bleeding, infection, effect of not being to bear a child when wanted, birth defects, miscarriages, or ectopic pregnancy. There's also a controversial issue of whether or not a fetus inside a woman's womb is to be considered a human being. As Griffin states, it is an undeniable and empirical fact that a human fetus is a member of the species Homo sapiens from the moment of conception. The start of a human life begins when the human egg cell is fertilized by a human sperm cell, thus creating a new member of the species Homo sapiens. A human being comes into existence. Also, a fetus has a right to afford the same dignity, moral status, or right as a person, including the right to life. If a fetus was not a human being, where would a heartbeat begin at day 22 from conception? Why would what is considered essential for a human being, such as eyes, legs, hands, begin to develop at week 5? By week 7, why would something that is not considered a human being begin to develop eyelids, toes, and a nose, but most important, begin to move? According to Rossi, there is in fact a major difference between human beings as fetuses and human beings as persons. Human beings as persons are born, but all human beings are entitled to human rights. A fetus by many is not considered a human being until it is born and be able to live on its own. But how can something that is not a human being feel pain? Richard states, Dr. Emilio Noviembre claims, a fetus is not in a coma-like state and does in fact feel pain. It is aware of what it's feeling and when it's being dismembered or burnt in a hypertonic saline by 20 weeks gestations. The fetus can perceive the pain, feels the pain, and tries to avoid the pain. A fetus is a person, and this person wants to live. Also, Dr. Anand replies that a fetus can and is possible for it to feel pain between 18 and 24 weeks. Like any other human being, a fetus, when in the procedure of being aborted, they are given anesthetics to ease their pain. Elise Clement explains that in the states of Arkansas, Minnesota, and Georgia, it is a requirement for physicians to tell women that a 20-week-old fetus can in fact feel pain during the procedure unless they are anesthetized. So why put an innocent, not yet born human being in so much pain? Abortion is not thought of as murder, but a simple procedure to end an unwanted pregnancy. Murder is the killing of an innocent human life. So abortion is murder because abortion does not simply end an unwanted pregnancy, but it ends and snuffs out an innocent human life by the use of medical procedures and with the knowledge that fetuses feel pain. Like former abortion Dr. Grant Clark expressed, how can abortion not be murder? In a suction abortion procedure, you must suction out the uterus and identify perfectly human form little arms, legs, hands, and skulls which are crushed. Eyes and cute little noses as well. How can this not be killing a human being? You have just killed a baby and there is no way of bringing them back. Having an abortion can come with serious consequences both to the fetus and woman. We must take this into consideration and make abortion illegal. So please choose pro-life and help in saving unborn lives, because everyone, even a fetus who still cannot speak for itself, is entitled to the right of life. Thank you.